how do we actually work with people? We're wanting to understand some core things about their lives and kind of what matters to them, what's important to them. So if the purpose of co-production is to include, hear people's voices, share power, and involve people in creating changes, a strategy, a new service, or changing existing support, one of the first questions that we would ask is whose lives are going to be impacted by any of the decisions or any of the changes that we're going to make together. And that gives us a guide on who it is, whose voices it is we need to involve for this particular piece of work. That points us to in the direction of the people that might use services, people with lived experience. It could be about their families. There could be impacts on changing a service on people's families or carers around them. There'd be the people that work in that world who may directly have working roles which might need to change or look different, who will also have an understanding of how things are, and people in other professional roles whose working lives may be impacted, or funders who may be impacted. So if we build a picture of everyone whose lives or work might be impacted by any of the changes or the decisions we need to make, that's our starting point for understanding who we're going to need to involve in this journey. So we start with really with questions that make sense. So ordinary life questions. So what's important to you in your life? What makes you happy? What are the things that work well or help you to get those things? What are the things that get in the way? What are some of the barriers you might face? What's something you've always wanted to try, or what's a community space that you enjoy connecting in or being part of? So we try and start with kind of ordinary questions that make sense to people in their lives, that can inform strategy or vision or service design. And then we aim to meet people where they are. Where are they used to being? And that's often community spaces where people gather or come together or kind of are being supported. For some groups, actually, it might be online. If they're used to meeting online and they feel more comfortable in their own homes, then we offer that option. But the starting point is where are people already? Where are they most comfortable being? And getting those questions across. And then because some of the groups that we're wanting to hear from may not use words to communicate, or might maybe struggle to think of kind of the vision for the future, what their wishes are, we bring a range of options of ways of them communicating with us. So I'd often go along with a bit of an image bank that people that have a really wide range of images, trying not to lead them down a particular route. And that can be used in kind of group conversations, image sorts, just as a starting point. Sometimes someone will just see something and go, oh yeah, that reminds me of my dog. The dog is really important to me. Or they've seen a picture of a theatre and, oh yes, I used to love going to the theatre actually, or I really want to act in the stage. So it can spark a conversation, or it can be a method of communication if people are just using the images. And then we layer that on with kind of observing. What are we seeing? What are we noticing about where people are, about what the opportunities appear to be presenting to them, about how they're being supported? And does that ring true with the conversations we have with people's families about what's going on in their lives, or the staff and what they say the opportunities are for people? So we try and piece together a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, what we hear, what we see, what people show us, what people say with words, what people say with their behaviour. And all of that can be kind of give us a picture of the key messages from individuals.